Hi, this is Anbin from YoPrint. I'm the creator and founder of YoPrint. That means I write the code. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. So up until now, we work on our feature, we work it in secret, and then we release it, and that's when you find out when we have our feature. So moving forward, we want to be a little bit more transparent with what we're working on, what our roadmap is going to look like. We can't give you a detailed roadmap, but we can at least tell you what we're working on right now, what to expect soon. So right now, what we're doing is we're working on YoPrint V2. We've announced this a while back. This is something that it's been in the works since early last year. So what we've done is that we spent several months building in the foundations. We're finally getting ready to release it. So we're expecting this to be out in the next month or two, depending on how hard the front-end team works. The back-end team has done a really good job, so they got about 80 to 90% completion. So the 10% with the 10 to 20% is going to be a fit and finish bug fixes. So all the major pieces are in. So on the front end side, I'm still writing the code here, so you can see here's the approval dialog related code. Things are, I know this doesn't mean anything to you, but I figured it would be nice to show you what we actually do behind the scenes. So the thing about YoPrint V2 is that when we first started out, it was great. We made a lot of assumptions we built into the software. So as we grew, as we got more and more shops in, we realized that some of our assumptions are not really working out very well. Unfortunately, in order to fix it, we have to rewrite I would say half of our software, right? So we have to rewrite the sales order and quote module, we have to rewrite the invoice, we have to rewrite the shipment, we have to rewrite the job. So it's a massive undertaking, and it's tough, but that's what you pay us for, right? So we focus on writing and providing you the best software possible, and you focus on providing the best customer service for your customer, right? So anyway, so we're about getting close to, as I was saying, we're getting close to release. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the work in progress so you can see which part of the UI is done, which part is not done. Now I'm about to warn you. So when we ship it to production, it goes through rigorous testing, rigorous bug fixes. So when you make it to production, it's going to be as few bugs as possible. Now ideally I would like to ship 0 bugs. Unfortunately, that's not possible, but what we do instead is that if you report a bug, we try our best to jump in and fix it right away. So as soon as we release the V2, that's what we're going to be doing. We're going to be keeping our both ears open. In fact, everybody on our team will keep our ears open for any whisper of a bug, jump in, fix it right away. So it brings minimal to no disruptions to your work. And the other thing you need to know is that everything is running off of a computer here on my office right here. So it is going to be very slow. When we ship it to production, we use multiple powerful computers, using clever load balancing technique to provide you a fast experience. But when we develop, we have to endure the slow. So without further ado, so we'll look at the sales order creation. As I say, it is going to be slow. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. So you can see that's in a draft mode, so that's still in a create mode. So there you go. So this is the created sales order. So you can see I've added the job. Creating the job itself is done. So this dialog is mostly completed. I'll do one shirt front, view pricing. Okay, I'm actually surprised that actually works now. So I wasn't working before I started this demo. So I guess someone must have made changes to that. And then this right here, the task preset. Now, right now the create button is a little broken. We're working on that. But yeah, so I could use a template to create it. So this is what I did. And adding the line items are working now. Now, of course, it adds in the middle of the cart. That's where we want it to be, right? So all of these little things, will be fixed. I'll try and search for Bella Canvas 3001. So on my machine here, I don't load the entire catalog. I only work with a half catalog. looks like we'll use this delta apparel. That's not even what I was asking for. So grass green. So everything has been streamlined. The new UI, I feel like adds a lot more clarity than the old UI, but without changing the user experience completely. So it's familiar, just looks better. So the new change that we're working on, that's everybody's been excited about, is the ability to create your own invoice. So when we first released YoPrint, what we've done is that we've tried to do as much work for you. So meaning that what we've done is that based on where you're shipping to, based on your tax nexus, based on how many shipments you have, we try to run an algorithm, figure out what will be the correct invoice to generate for you. So for the most part, it worked fine, but it doesn't work very well in cases where you're drop shipping for your customer, and you are not responsible to collecting tax for their customer, right? So whoever you're drop shipping to, so your job was to only invoice the customer, and they can collect the different tax and pay Uncle Sam, or pay the government guys, right? So that's where this doesn't work. So with the new workflow, you can just now create it on demand. So you can say, I'm interested in creating an invoice, and you can say, hey, I'm gonna add this. Now this is not the final UI, this is just what we put together. So typically what we work is that we were gonna go ahead and say, put everything on the screen first, and then we're gonna rearrange it, and then we're going to work on the user experience. So then we know what data needs to be there first, and then we're going to figure out how to. So invoice item, cut not invoice item in invoice. This goofy little things will go away. Now, of course, I know we've added this for add. I think if you remove it, that doesn't work yet. Oh, that actually works. Okay. So shipment also the same. So prior to this, in order to make sure the invoice is fully accounted for, we forced you to put everything in shipments, right? So the new version is not going to force you to put anything in shipment if you don't want to. If it's a pickup order, you can't be bothered with shipment, you can just leave it blank, that's fine. Or if you have half of it needs to be shipped, half of it needs to be picked up, and you want to create a shipment or a package to explicitly say one needs to be shipped, one needs to be picked up, that's also fine. The saving grace here is that you don't need to put fees into the shipment. We're still gonna let you do it if that makes sense to you, but we're not gonna go out of our way to stop it. And same with invoices. So invoices would not be mandatory either. So when a customer makes payment, we'll try to allocate it to the sales order, and then you can then allocate it to invoice. But we haven't quite finalized how that's going to look like yet, because like I said, we're going to just put it in the UI first and then figure out the user experience and workflow later. Perfect. So this is creating a sales order. Let's go ahead and look one that's already been created. Like I said, it is slow. So I am going to use this one right here. Now this one right here, there you go. So the new UI focuses, that flickering will go away. So these are the little things that usually take us a little bit of time to fix. But yeah, so the new UI is a little bit more focused on what is a button, what is not. It's still the same layout, still the same user experience, but it just looks a little bit different. So over here, we look at the job. Now, I know this one right here, I made a mistake with the mockups. So the mockups aren't really working right now, but let's go ahead and try it anyway. So here's what I'm gonna do. Can I edit an artwork approval? Yeah, so what happened is that I previously created an artwork approval. I forgot to write the cleanup code for it. So fix it. But yeah, uploading the mockups works just fine. So this piece of code is completed. There we go. And creating the approval also works. Just take my word for it for now. Can I cancel it? That's probably not gonna work right now. Yeah, that's what I thought. But yeah, maybe what we can do is find another. So one of the things that we're doing is backward compatibility. So what that means is that if you load an older order into the system, it should still work. So that's what we like to see. So we will take care of all of that. So for you, you're gonna barely notice any difference, but for us, we're doing a lot of work in the background. There we go. This is an older order, so let's go ahead and upload a artwork. Upload it, and then we're gonna request artwork approval. There we go. So it's not quite as polished, but yeah, this is gonna be similar to the customer portal experience. Let me try email later, see if that works. Yeah, that works. So you can approve the artwork here. So all of this are are getting streamlined a little bit better. So yeah, a lot of we've made significant progress in the last few months, and we're very confident that we could get this out to you in the next month or two. I'm personally committed to bring this to you as soon as possible. Jason, my business partner who does a lot of the back-end work, is even more committed than I am to move this work, because he works on the back end, so unless we put it on the screen, so he doesn't get to see it either. So we are very, very, very excited. We recently had a new engineer join our team, so we're growing. So awesome things are coming your way. So yeah, we just wanted to do this, give you a little behind the scenes. Now a lot of times, like, yes, we're writing code, but what is code, right? So I hope this gives you a little bit of demystifying the myth, if you will. Well, anyway, thank you for listening, and we'll get this out to you soon. Bye bye.